Associate Professor of English of the Juthalal Sanskrit College, Meolia, West Champaran. Today I am going to teach you the poem Where the Mind is Without Fear. This poem is taught in the first year of the Upshasti class. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of vision had not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by deep into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom my father led my country awake. This poem has been composed by Rabindranath Tagore. He was a great poet of India, and this poem has been taken from his collection of poems known as Gitanjali. In this poem, the poet has thought deeply about his country. Those days, the country was under the control of British rules, and he has composed this poem soon after gaining the freedom and independence. Rabindranath Tagore was a patriotic and a nationalist poet. In every word of this poem, the tone of nationalism and patriotism is depicted. The stranglehold of the British rule over the country demoralized the people. The Britishers have exploited Indians very badly, and the Indians were full of afraid of all things, because they were tortured and exploited by the British men. They were deprived of the true knowledge. They were made ignorant, superstitious, and narrow-minded. Their mind was filled with fear. Thus the country degenerated into a land of shame. Nationalist poet could not put up with this wretched condition of his motherland. He wants an all-round reconstruction of his country. The poet wants the all-round development of his country. The poet wants his country to be a haven of freedom. There should be a permanent freedom established all over the country. That was the wishes and desires of the poet. It should be completely free from the yoke of the British rules. The people need not be demoralized and degraded. They must be self-respecting. They should be able to hold their head high with a high sense of thought and pride. Our countrymen should feel much pride and vanity over and freedom. In this land, all people should be bound with sweet and a strong thread of fraternity. The poet wants to set up fraternity and brotherhood at each and every step of society. No narrow prejudice should divide them into a small groups. They should be truthful. They should be contented with limited success. With constant effort, they should be able to achieve perfection. They should be guided by reason and not by sentiments. Bad habits and manners should be given up. People should be generous and large-hearted in thoughts and actions. The poet prays to God to turn his country into such an ideal land. The poet is well aware of the proud past of his ancient country. Its past was glorious. It rose to unsurpassed heights of moral, intellectual and spiritual progress. But later on, slavery sapped the vitality of the country. It fell into a slumber of degradation and decay. The poet implores God to transform the country and restore it to its ancient glory. By divine grace, the poet desires to see his country wake up into a heaven of freedom. The poem reveals the poet's ardent love of his country, his firm faith in God. It is also clear every word is charged with a strong emotion. The lines throw with his devotion to his dear country. The poem is addressed to God. It is an invocation for divine help to regenerate the country. In this way, the poet has expressed his deep thoughts and desires about the development of his country.